And Army will have a line out about 30 metres out from their line.
Clean win.
Very clean line out there from the Army team. You can tell they're clearly well drilled in that regard.
Beautiful back play here.
Backs. Oh, possible high tackle there. And
Picked up by the
refs called it up.
So you can't be making silly mistakes like that.
Yeah.
Just give easy meters.
And Army team should be very happy with themselves with that defensive effort there. Quick line out from the Army team. One by the ref.
Stolen it. Good defense there from Army. Kept them going past the line of advance. Beautiful rock.
RAF team a little bit static in their attack here, but getting some quick ball in and getting it moving now.
Again, look at that footwork. That's out of this world from Hatana.
Yep. Absolute star player at the moment, I'd say.
Isolated run here. This could be bad. That ball is looking like it's about to be stripped by Army.
Yeah. Yeah, ball stripped by the Army 13 there.
No, it's been
Zara Lee. But the refs called it up for holding on in the ruck.
Beautiful defense there.
Yeah. Army's got a penalty on their 10-metre line, and they'll kick for touch. Doesn't look like the ball's going out, and the RAF wing will take it.
Oh.
Great tackle there from the number 10, shutting down any form of attack from the Air Force there.
It's really good. Defense like that stops the enemy from being able to capitalize on something.
Yeah. Good tackle from the Army number 8 there, stopping the attack.
Seeing some beautiful tackles made by Army here.
Yeah. A little bit of confusion there from the Air Force team, who currently have the advantage. Refs called it up for the Army team being offside. Army will now kick for touch just inside their 10-metre line.
Beautiful kick.
Beautiful kick from the number 10 there. Army with a great line-out steal there.
Beautiful run made by Army. Good D from the ref.
Army will look to go wide here. Oh, lovely bit of pop there.
That was a very good wrap from the backs.
And the 13 from the Air Force stolen the ball, but tackled out straight away. You can tell the Army team love to hit it up with their forwards off the 10. And then as soon as they get a sniff that there's a little bit of an overlap on the outside, they send it straight through, don't they? It's good. Another stolen line out here, but looks like
regathered by the Army.
Yeah, regathered.
Dominant carry.
And a nice little pop there as well. Could be a little bit isolated, but yep, they've got a few players over there. Army look to go wide again here. Oh, with a great
Beautiful
run by the
hole.
number 10. 15 comes
She's
over
going
with a cover
over.
tackle. And number 10 scores. That's Terry Ann Ellis for the Army team.
Beautiful try, really.
It's been coming for a while, hasn't it? Army have played some great rugby here. They've played some good defence, and they look very structured in their attack as well. And that try has definitely come from a long amount of work.
If Army converts, they'll be in the lead by 2 points.
And the conversion is taken by the team's captain, Sarah Royden. Just off to the right by the captain there, so the score is now tied at 5-all.
Unlucky. It was a real good kick, though.
Yep. Captain having a quick chat to the ref on the way back to the line. And Army will set up for a kick-off receive here. Beautiful kick from the RAF number 10 there.
Well gathered, but look at that. Shut down straight away by the RAF 6. Georgia Baldwin.
Army recycle it through their back line. And we'll look to run a few forward runners off the number 10. Refs called the Air Force offside there, relieving a bit of pressure off the Army team. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. But it looks like the Army team's taking the tap, and yep, they're going for a forward hit up here. Big run
Look
from
at
the
that
number
for
1.
a run.
And a pop off to the 7 there. Army making some really, really good meters there. About 30 meters made in that one tap and go there. Really good run from the number 1. Army will look to go wide here.
Just hold it. Really fighting to make those meters there.
Ball almost stolen a few times, but it looks like the Army secured it. Another great
Beautiful
pop by the
pop.
number 1 there. Oh, and
Army
another
is
pop
working
from the
these
12.
pops.
The 15 breaks the line. It's being chased down by the 10.
That's
and a
tackled
beautiful
out.
tackle by the 10.
Beautiful cover defense.
We'll see the 15 go out of play and the RAF be able to regroup. Great cover tackle by the 10 there. Really, really stopped to try.
It really is. RAF will seek to take a lot of the pressure off now.
Yep. I'm anticipating the Army maybe getting a steal here based on some of the other lineouts.
Very clean win from the RAF.
Yeah. Good tackle by the Army number 1 there.
That's touched. Everyone's on side.
14 chooses to take it left and runs into a blockade of RAF defenders.
Something's wrong with number 2 there.
Number 2's just having a chat to the physio.
Looks to be a bit of blood.
Could be a bit of blood, yep. Meanwhile, number 12 from the Army with a big hit up and pops it to the 2, who says see you later to the number 12, puts her straight on the ground. Army now just a few metres out, and they're going for a pick and drive from the number 1. And the ref's called an obstruction there on the Army team.
Army getting very excited as they draw closer to that line.
And the refs just paused the game to get a substitution for the blood bin here.
And we have Phoebe Taylor coming on.
The number 16 coming straight into the hooker position for a scrum right on the 5-metre line. Big scrum for the substitute here.
Army really dominating that scrum.
Looks like the ref might just get the ball out, but definitely not clean ball there.
Ref must use if it's there.
Oh, and the Army's stolen the ball. They'll run down the blind side, give it to the 10. It'll pop over the line for a second try of the game.
That really is. We've seen twice now. Army's really dominating those scrums.
Yep. Dominant scrum, good bit of defence, and the number 10, Terry Ann Ellis, just finishing it off with her second try. Score is now 5 points to RAF and 10 points to the Army with 18 minutes to go on the clock. The Army team very excited by that try, and it seems like they were spurred on by their original efforts to grab a second. Number 12's kick again, just hooked slightly off to the right, so the score is 10-5.
We've seen those pops made by the first carrier for Army. That's paying a dime.
Yep. Really good support play from the Army team. Good defence, and then when they get the ball, good support, and they're getting a lot of metres up the field. They'll hope for another good clean receive here, and hope to get into the RAF's 22 again.
Loose carry made there. And the
good
ref
hit
will
from the
be
number
calling
6.
that up as a knock-on.
Yep. Really good pressure from that RAF number 6 there. Putting the pressure on, and the Army team dropping the ball there.
It is. Really good kick as well. Really made that
Yeah.
Army carrier work for the catch.
Good scrum from the Army, but nice
The
clean ball for
managed
the
to
RAF
keep
there.
it this time.
They flick it to the blind side and then back over to the open side. Number 10 will take a hit up for the team. Army team ping for not rolling away there, so Air Force will have a penalty about 30 metres out. It looks like they might be taking a tap here to a forward pack. Yeah, 9 takes a tap, passes it to 3, who will have a hit up at the line. Air Force now 20 metres out from the Army line, and will definitely be looking for a try here. Oh, and a good tackle and steal from the number 12 for the Army there.
That was a beautiful strip. Isolated runner here.
Isolated with a number
dangerous.
10 there on the wing. Oh, lovely pop there. Really drawing the players in before they pass the Army team.
Beautiful counter rock made there.
Army will quickly get the ball out to the wing. And another lovely little pop.
Air Force working their best to shut it down.
But the Army now well into the Air Force's half again.
Playing advantage.
Advantage for offside, I think it is.
Another beautiful pop. Army is working this.
The Army support players just is next to none at the moment. Good hit up by the Army number 8. That's Tanner Osborne. Army go wide here with the 7 to the 5. And the 5 will score.
That's Alexis Matthews going over the line.
Great try by the Army team there. Army number 15 taking the kick, and it's just a little bit short, I think it was. Score is now 15-5 to the Army team.
The Air Force really needs to shut off these the one-off carrier.
Yep.
These pops are they're doing too much damage.
And a little knock-on from the Army 13. We'll see a substitution for the RAF team.
Mercedes Bowers takes the field.
Air Force really need to get on the front foot off this scrum here. And another steal from the Army there.
Army really dominating these scrums.
Yeah. And then number 10, little knock on, unfortunately. Number 10 was off on a good run down the wing there, but the ref
Good
called
one
it
playing
back.
the whistle.
Scrum to the RAF here on the Army's 22-metre line.
A good opportunity if they can win this scrum. Looking good for the RAF.
Scrum's collapsed a little bit. And refs call it back up.
Again, looking good for the RAF.
Number 10 with an absolute bullet of a pass to the 13, who will take it to the line.
Runs into an absolute wall of a defence there.
Yep. And Army's stolen the ball here.
You can see that's what they're focusing on with the tackles as well. They've always got one arm making for that ball. A lot of support players in that ruck.
Army will take a hit up off the 10. And the 15 with a good hit up, passing the ball after the initial contact.
And that's Bowers shutting down the wing.
And here we have the number 8, Tanner Osborne, with a great run there to the 50-metre line. Army look to spread it wide here, with the number 1 making a good hit up. Lovely fend there.
You've got to hit low on those big guys. Real good line speed from that 5. Really shut off any other options.
Another good pop from the 15 there.
Nothing on the left for RAF defence. This is not good.
Army would be good to shift the ball here, but the number 8 absolutely bulldozing here. Bulldozes the number 13.
Right side still an option for the Army. Huge overlap there.
Oh, and a miss pass there. Sees a lot of the pressure go off the RAF defence. But Army's back up and at it. And they're into the RAF's 22 now. Army will look to shift it. They've got about a 3-person overlap here.
Look at this gap in the middle for the RAF defence. That's not good.
13's going to run straight into that gap and just get caught out by a defender. Pops it to number 3, who gets over the line and scores a try.
That is a try again for Samantha MacArthur.
And the 15, Reagan O'Grady, just missing the conversion there, just off to the right. Score is now 20-5, with 5 minutes left on the clock. Army team with a really good first half showing here, and they'll hope to continue it into the second half.
Very dominant.
If they can hold off a try here from the RAF team, they'll be in a really good position coming into the second half.
That being said as well, that RAF attack is nothing to scoff at. That's 6 once again, right on their face.
The Army 13 breaking the first tackle and securing the ball.
That's beautiful line speed again, showing.
Number 1 with a great hit up there. Popping it to the wing, who cuts inside and just gets tackled by a cover defence from number 5.
Brooke Saunders is playing out of this world at the moment. Her defence is next level.
Brooke Saunders has been in the RAF for 14 years and is an aircraft technician in Newcastle. She's also represented the Australian Wallaroos side. And as we speak, number 7 making a great run for the Army team.
Absolutely fantastic and going over.
Straight over under the posts for a good try there.
What a try from Hayley Sheenan.
She's the vice captain and she's definitely leading from the front, isn't she?
Grady once again looking to convert.
And she slots it
done.
Straight down the middle. Sees the first conversion completed of the day.
These conversions, they're really important. Games can be won or lost by them. And Taylor Lemon once again taking the field, back on from her blood bin earlier on in this half. Phoebe Taylor really did well coming off the bench then. Defense really shutting that down.
Number 5 from the Air Force with a good bit of pressure around that ruck. Missed pass from the Army, sees them back in their 22.
Really lets a lot of pressure off RAF.
Yeah.
Lets them regain their composure.
Army's managed to secure the ball and I'm sure they'll be looking to kick it out.
Beautiful tackle once again.
Here's the number 1 with a lovely little pop after the first contact. Giving it to the number 6 there.
Air Force still keeping Army in their red zone. Army now looking to kick to relieve a lot of that pressure.
Army kick it into the centre of the field where the 15, Jodie Torrance, will take the ball up to the line.
And then some. Saw a lot of post-contact meters there.
Little drop ball from the Air Force there.
It's called by the ref. Playing advantage for a knock-on.
Army again look to shift the ball with a good few pops after contact. Number 10 will take it to the 50-metre line. Army players getting a little bit isolated with their forward runners here.
Yes, also though, look at this RAF defense. It's really picking up. They're making these tackles. Silly penalty.
And we'll have the last play here. Army kick it out, and we'll have a line out. Just inside of the RAF's 10-metre line. Line out won by the Army there. And this is the tenacity I love from the Army team. They could kick it out here and stop the half, but they're once again going at the Rafts line and testing their defence.
We're seeing this defence really pick up as well.
Oh, and a
Very,
big hit there.
very dominant tackle made.
Big hit there by the number 6 for the Raft, Georgia Baldwin.
And that's half.
Great half from the Army team there. And just before that half wrapped up, we saw a big hit from the Air Force number 6. That's Georgia Baldwin. She's a avionics technician, and she's never played rugby before.
Yes, well, she's definitely doing well. I'm seeing a lot of good line speed from her off those kickoffs.
Yeah.
She's really shutting down those carries.
Yeah, definitely. Very energetic player from the RAF team.
Yes, as we saw as well towards the end, that RAF defense has definitely looked rejuvenated. Definitely, they're making these hits, shutting off these pops. It's absolutely beautiful. They're not giving Army anything to work with.
The halftime score, 27-5, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the second half.
And welcome back to the 2019 ADF Rugby Championships. Second half of Army and RAF is about to commence. It's been a pretty good game of footy so far, I reckon. We've seen some beautiful plays from both sides. Army attack really is putting them on that front foot. Well, again, we saw at that end of the first half, RAF just wasn't giving them anything. Their defence was shutting them down, and it became a lot harder for Army to attack.
Army will really be looking to sink the knife in here and finish the game off early. And RAF will be looking for some early tries to get back into it. And it looks like we haven't had any substitutes during the halftime break. So hopefully we'll get some fresh legs on later. And the captain, Sarah Royden, will kick off for the Army team. Ref blows the whistle, and the second half is underway.
And we are off. Beautiful take there.
Air Force advancing up their own half. Doesn't look like they're going to be kicking it here. Number 8 for the Air Force, taking a hit up there. Air Force looking to get the ball wide with some nice passing, but Army stripped the ball there. And the ref will call the Army back for an offside offence there.
This is good. RAF's able to take a lot of that pressure off now.
And the number 10 takes it quick, makes about 10 metres there.
That's a good run from Hatana.
Wins another penalty there.
Absolutely good. That's what you want to see.
Yep. Air Force will take a tap and give it to their number 3.
Sarah Hume making a beautiful run here, bulldozing her way through the line.
And you see Air Force in the space of about 20 seconds making about 20 metres there. And that's a great steal from the Army team there. Air Force just not getting enough support over the ball there. And Army able to get their hands on the ball pretty easily, actually.
That's absolutely crucial in this game. You can't be running alone.
Army will take a page out of the Air Force's book and take another tap and go here.
Lorna Hill making an absolutely stunning run.
Great from Lorna Hill. Air Force with a good tackle, looking to hold them up, but Army gets their knees on the ground and the tackle's made.
Good support play from the Army. See, that's what RAF needs to do. You can't be running alone. You need to be running in packs.
Number 10 with a good run there.
That's Anne Ellis once again making beautiful meters.
And the 13, Zara Lee, taking a nice little hit up through the 10-20 channel there. Army now just a few metres out from the Air Force's line. What can they do here?
RAF ball.
Looks like it'll be a scrum to the RAF team here.
On the 5 metre line. You don't want to be playing around too much on that. Anything can turn that around. You just want to get it out of there.
Yep.
Really hot zone. Good set piece to do it off too. All the forwards sucked in with the scrum. Really enables the backs to work their magic. Scrum collapse straight away.
And the ref pulls us up for another one. Small stoppage in play here as the ref just makes sure everyone in the scrum's all right.
Was that a mayday call? Or?
Looks like it might have been.
Potential harm. Ref will slowly move everyone away. Make sure everyone's safe and the game will continue on as normal.
And yep, all players up, walking about. Everyone looks to be fine, and that's what we love to see.
It's absolutely good. Nothing's worse than when something seriously happens in this game.
Another scrum feed to the Air Force on their 5 metre line here.
We've seen in the first half, Army really dominating those scrums. Air Force cannot afford to lose the ball, not this close to the try line.
Definitely. And the Army have won the scrum here.
Very dominant. Look at this.
They'll run blind with the number 12. And the number 12 over the line. That's Sarah Rawdon, the captain, leading from the front. Another great try to the Army team, and that is all up to that dominant scrum.
Really is.
Looks like we'll have the number 15, Regan O'Grady, taking the kick. And a good kick there, but it's just gone off to the right.
Score is 32-5 to the Army with just over 30 minutes left in this half. Air Force really needs to start making these dominant carries, really get this attack going, and shut down that Army attack if they have a hope of winning this.
The Air Force really need to focus on their support play here. A few times now we've seen balls being lost to the Army team. So they really need to work on the support play and work on securing that ball.
We've seen in the first half, though, this kick chase off the top works really well for the RAF. Able to shut down any chance of a carry from Army.
Yeah.
If they can pull this off again, they can keep them in their half.
And a scrappy take by the number 8, that's Tanner Osborne.
But Brooke Saunders from the Air Force absolutely stealing that ball and taking it.
And the ref will call back the original knock-on from the Army there.
That there shows the importance of line speed in that. Saunders was able to capitalise, get something. If it hadn't been a knock-on, Air Force would have had front foot going forward.
Definitely.
I need you striking for the ball. Got it.
Army has stolen that ball again.
Army's won another
really
great
dominant
scrum.
scrums here. Advantage has also been given.
And that's a offside penalty for the Army. Looks like they'll take the pressure here off and take a kick to touch. And right up near the commentary box here.
Giving themselves an easy about 10 metres, I'd say.
Yep. Now we've seen a few scrappy lineouts this game. Army will really be hoping to secure this ball after the penalty. And we have number 2, Jessica Dagger, throwing the line out here. Slightly scrappy, but the Army get the ball out to the backs cleanly. And the number 13, Zara Lee, makes a great run, but gets the ball stolen.
Bullet pass from the captain there.
Wow, what a great tackle there from Number 3, that is, for the Army. Samantha MacArthur. Great tackle winning that ball back for the Army team.
Sometimes it's just best when you cop those loose balls. You just got to consolidate, take the hit, recycle out. There's no need to make big meters off a turnover. Just keep possession of that ball. Magic can happen.
Army with the feed here, just over the 50-metre line.
Bind. Set.
Beautiful unders line ran there.
"13 picks up a scrappy ball and takes it into the line. And the number 8, Tanner Osborne, with a great hit up there.
You could see they're still looking for those offloads.
Air Force defence looking good here. They're not getting too drawn in, and they've definitely worked on that from the first half. And there's the number 1, Brianna Cheatham, with another great hit up. Army getting the ball around the back to number 3. Now to the 14. Picks up a loose ball. And the ref will call back a knock on.
Okay, got it. Scrum.
Red hooker, sorry.
Yeah, I'm happy it's stable before the ball comes in though. So I am pausing before I let the halfback come in, but I will watch it. Yep.
Same on both sides.
No, I'm sure it is. So what number, mate? Red 2?
Yeah, red hooker.
So you got to steal the keeping. No, I'm comfortable.
Dangerous zone. If Raf lose their scrum here, Army's in a very powerful position.
And Army have won the scrum here. And it looks like they'll be going blind.
Shot down beautifully once again by Brooke Saunders. Ref has called a maul.
Army managed to get the ball out to the number 3, Samantha MacArthur, who takes a hit up. And there's the number 1, Brianna Cheatham, with another great punch through the defensive line, scoring a try.
Beautiful pick and go. She picked that ball up, saw there was no one in front of her that could stop her, and just went forward. Confidence you only really see in forwards, I'd say.
Definitely. And we now see Sharon Laws, Mary Yakunak, and Tina Yanderworth coming onto the pitch. That's substitutions for the Army team there.
The successful high scorer for Army, and that's the conversion is Ruben O'Grady.
Really important that these subs make a huge impact on the field.
Yep.
Important role of a sub. They're not just fresh legs or bench warmers. They play a huge impact on this game. Subs need to come out and give just as much, if not more, than the starting team.
And the 15, Regan O'Grady, takes a conversion successfully.
Very beautiful kick, I must say.
And the score is now 39-5 to the Army, with 27 minutes on the clock.
And Phoebe Taylor's taken the field once more.
Air Force go right
Beautiful
off the
kick.
kickoff.
Shut down once again by Georgia Baldwin.
And a drop ball from the Army sees a scrum about 5 metres past the 10-metre line.
Baldwin's line speed off these kicks is absolutely beautiful. She's been up in their face every single time so far.
She's won the ball for the Air Force team countless times, just herself.
So I need you to maintain a bind up and forcing straight, not down. Starting at 10 down. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Clean RAF ball there.
Off a leg.
Beautiful run made by Haley Hatano there, 10.
And a great tackle by the substitute, Sharon Laws there. And the ball's been stolen by Brianna Cheatham for the Army team.
Not good. It's looking like RAF has someone down.
There's Sharon Laws with another hit up.
She's out of the place, that's fine.
Army should go wide here.
And it's looking like the RAF 12, Brittany Madden, may be out with something.
And the ref's called a knock on, and hopefully he'll see the injured player and call the game up.
Time off. So we're having a scrum blue, and that's cleared. So we'll just leave the ball there, please. Just watch the mark.
The ref has called a time off to allow RAF to inspect their injured player. Hope it's nothing serious. We've seen a lot of knock-ons from the Army in this half. They may be able to dominate this scrum, but this scrappy runs, it does need to stop, otherwise it could go badly for them.
Yep. And there's the number 9 for the Air Force coming off with what seems to be a head knock. Deanna McEvoy's been in for 3 years. She's an aircraft technician at Richmond. She played rugby on and off during high school and then started again this year.
Madden also seems to be coming off an injury to the shoulder by the looks of it. Absolutely fantastic game from these two so far.
Yep.
Really played out of their
sorely
skin.
missed.
Alyssa Bankston limping onto the field.
The Air Force team having a quick chat before they start setting the scrum.
And it's looking like Saunders, the captain, has been put into 9 as opposed to lock.
And also, number 6, Georgia Baldwin, is now on the wing. And the number 9, Deanna McEvoy, has come back on the pitch. And Army win another scrum here.
That ball's all but kicked back into the Army half.
There's number 20, Sharon Laws, with another great hit before passing it to the other substitute, Mary Yakunak.
These subs are making a huge impact for the Army.
Bringing a lot of energy to the game. And here's Brianna Cheatham again with another great hit up. Good
She's been
leg
making
drive there.
dominant runs all game.
They shift it
That's
around the
once
back.
again Laws breaking through the line.
Laws just won't make it all the way. She stopped a few metres out from the line. Army will be hoping for some quick ball around the corner here. And they take it with the number 9. And one more will do it for the Army. And that's the number 10, Terry Ann Ellis, with another try.
Well, I mean, dominance continues as Terry Ann Ellis once again crosses the try line, taking the score up to 44. It's a pretty dominating score. And we'll see whether or not they can add another 2 with the conversion.
Tanika Jones is taking the field for the Army, number 18.
RSL Queensland provides practical support and assistance to current and former ADF members with services ranging from opportunities for social connection, help with DVA claims, holistic health and well-being programs, to scholarships for defence partners, veterans and children of veterans. Find out more at rsl.org.au.
And Regan O'Grady with a great conversion from the 22-metre line. And the score is now 46-5 to the Army, with 19 minutes on the clock. The Air Force seems to be taking a minute on their try line there before they come up for the kick. And the kickoff, not quite 10 metres, but the
Knocked on by the Army.
Army will have a go for it. It's been knocked on, so we'll have a scrum.
As full-time approaches, just a reminder that the most valuable player will be, is being determined while they're playing now, and we'll announce that just after this final score. In this match will be announced at full-time. The judges presently appraising the players on the field to adjust the package.
Ref calling the scrum up there. Now let's see if we can get another dominant Army scrum here. Scrum rotates a little bit too far for the ref's liking, and we'll pack down again. The Air Force win this scrum here.
Good push from the Army, though.
Oh, and a kick through stopped by number 20.
Knocked on by the Army.
Referee playing advantage. Ball goes to the 10, who will put another little chip through. This one's caught by the Army winger, number 18, Tiana Jones. And another great hit up by the number 8. That's Tanner Osborne. The ball goes to Brianna Cheatham, who continues to run through the line, making a great break before she's tackled.
She's really been putting this Army attack on that front foot. When she gets ball in her hand, you know you're making meters.
Army will look to shift it wide and spread the Air Force's defence.
Law's coming off on that second runner.
Oh, and an
Beautiful
unfortunate
run,
drop ball.
unfortunately a knock on. Scooped up by the RAF.
The ref will play on here, but the ref calls us back for the original knock on. That's some really, really great running rugby from the Australian Army team there.
Really good support play. Half-arm penalty for the RAF. Taking the quick tap and just trying to make these easy meters while they can.
And a kick to the Army team, unfortunately knocked on.
Penalty has been given.
And the Air Force team will take another quick tap to try and get the Army on the back foot. Unfortunately, the attack is a little bit static from the Air Force team, and the Army manages to make a good tackle.
Air Force really needs to make dominant attack here if they want to break this line. That loose
And the ball pops out. Number 8, Tanner Osborne, gets the ball and runs to the line.
Beautiful footwork.
Diving through, looking for a support player, which he finds in Sharon Laws.
Who goes over to score a beautiful try.
Scores the try right in the corner.
That was good. That wasn't just one person scoring a try. That was the team effort. Osborne's initial break and her pop to a good support run.
And as the Army team walks back, we'll have Reagan O'Grady taking the kick right from the sideline.
And that has been converted.
Beautiful kick.
Encouraging words being passed around between the Army.
"13 minutes to run in this half, and the score is now 53-5.
ADF Rugby would like to thank our gold sponsors, Smart Salary and Smart Leasing. Pay less tax, but spend more of your income on things that matter.
Deep kick.
Taken well by the number 7, who gives it to number 20. Sharon
Laws
Laws.
making once again a very dominant carry.
Good hit by the number 2, Jessica Dagger. Before a beautiful little ball through to number 16, Tina Vanderwerf.
Once again, we're seeing absolutely brilliant line speed from Baldwin. They're coming up, meeting that attack and stopping them before they can reach the advance.
Ooh, and an
Knock on
unfortunate
from
knock
Army.
on there.
But again, we saw that line speed from Saunders, the Air Force captain, shut them down before they were even able to reach the line of advance.
Absolute superstar out there.
Really putting on these hits, absolutely enforcing the RAF defense. dominant scrum once again from the Army.
Great pop from number 10 to Laws.
Laws
making
really
a
working
great
these
run.
support lines. Really puts a well like positions for fucking assault.
Laws makes a great run, passing it to Mary Yakunak at the end to score the try.
Absolutely relentless assault from the Army here.
And in this break, we'll have Rhiannon Clark and Emily King come onto the field. Unfortunately, the conversion is unsuccessful from Regan O'Grady, but the score is 58-5 for the Army with just under 10 minutes to go. The Air Force again slow off their try line after the conversion.
Okay, no worries.
Kickoff from the Air Force goes to right. Lovely high kick. Taken well by the Army.
You got to have the defense getting there as soon as possible. You got to be blitzing them and hitting them the second that ball makes contact with the receiver. Laws once again breaking
Laws with
through
a
that
great
line.
break.
Fortunately, their support didn't pay off this time.
Here we see Laws again and again making a massive impact on the game.
Only 8 minutes.
We'll have a scrum just in the RAF's half. It's a RAF feed, and Army will be hoping to win the ball again here.
Bind. Set. Need you pushing forward, pushing forward.
Good
Very,
win.
very quick ball from the RAF there.
Sees the number 10, Hayley Hitana, making a good hit.
Very static assault there. No forward guys that were receiving that ball. Really puts them on the back foot in attack. They need to be running on as they receive it, otherwise they're just not going to make any meters. Beautiful tackle there from Army. A combination between Jordan Neal hitting low and Sharon Laws hitting high, driving Air Force back to where they came.
And another great tackle there from the Army team. And a good bit of cover defence from
We're
number
seeing a
13.
lot of support play being made by RAF right now. They're really looking for those pops. It's really helping them break this line. Army defense is just not giving them anything, though. This is absolutely brutal.
Little high from the Army there, and ref will call him back for a penalty. And Hitana will kick for touch.
Doesn't quite make it.
And a great take from the Army 13. That's,
Beautiful
Zara
run.
Lee.
Just can't be stopped. A lot of Army committed to that ruck there. Beautiful support.
Good little pop to the number 2, Jessica Dagger, who makes a great run. And it's still going all the way to the
Baldwin
line.
brings her down.
Some good quick ball to the number 9, Emily King. Number 22, I should say. Oh, and a perfect run by number 15, Regan O'Grady, to score just below the post.
Beautiful fence we saw as she was going through. Air Force needs to make sure they get underneath that hand to make that dominant tackle. Otherwise, Army will just be doing this every single time.
And earlier on in that play, a great run by Jessica Dagger, straight down the middle.
The judge for today's most valuable player has been Warren Boxer Dave Carter from the Navy. Warren Boxer Carter is actually an ADF men's selector. Will qualify to judge the most valuable player and will announce that.
And a kick from Regan O'Grady, straight down the centre to make it 65-5 for the Army team.
5 minutes left on the clock. Another beautiful kick done by Hatana.
And another great take by the number 13 for the Army.
Once again, breaks that line. You need to make these tackles, Raf, otherwise they'll just be doing this every single time.
Oh, and what a run straight down the middle. That is the Army number 6, Bailey Marshall. The ball's come out loose, and the Air Force has jumped on
Well
it.
done.
A really vital bit of defensive play there.
You got to make sure you're there in attack to support that runner, get there and secure that ball.
Oh, but a great hit by the number 19, Rhiannon Clark there.
Really drived him back. Raf is meeting this defensive line really stagnantly. Need a lot more go forward as they hit. Atana looking to clear, take a bit of the pressure off.
Hatana with a good clearance kick.
Does it beautifully. They'd be looking to keep Army here. They don't want them advancing any further.
The game has 2.5 minutes to go, and Army is hungry for another try.
Army would just barely manage to secure that line out.
And a great counter-ruck by the Air Force number 5 there.
Saunders once again showing her that she's a hard hitter.
And Laws with another good run, with some good hands there to secure the ball.
We're seeing a huge overlap here in defense.
Army need to shift it wide here.
Eventually brought it down.
Very flat pass to Laws there, who again breaks the defensive line and just continues to go and go. Unfortunately, a little knock on there. We'll see a bit of a reprise for the Air Force team.
Yeah, got it. So I need you to be under shoulders and pushing forward, not pulling back. Okay.
And the ref just asking number 8, Lucy Iden, to put her shoulders into the scrum there.
Bind. Set.
Good scrum from the Army, but the Air Force just managed to get the ball out the back.
Looking to clear, make some meters. And they've done that very well.
A good kick from the captain, Brooke Saunders, there.
Smart play from the RAF. You don't want to be defending too much or attacking too much when you're in your own 22. Anything happens, ball turns over. It's just...
Army with a quick line out there, winning the ball.
Little too
And
quick
King
for
gets a
their
good
nine.
pass off under pressure. Oh, and here's the number 10.
Once again, Laws with that support run.
Laws, unfortunately, in a haste to get back up, knocks the ball on there. But again, a great little break from Terry Ann Ellis in number 10, and then popping it to Sharon Laws.
This support run made by the Army, it's really making their game. It shapes their entire attack. It's absolutely beautiful to watch.
Bind. Set.
A grubber through by the number 10 for the Air Force.
Well
Goes
gathered. Well
Straight to
gathered,
Regan O'Grady. But a lovely tackle from Brooke Saunders there to shut down the play. As the clock strikes 0, number 10, Terry Ann Ellis, makes another great run. Ref calls a maul.
This could be crucial for the RAF here. Looking to sack it or hold it in place.
Refs decide the ball's not coming out, and he's finished the game.
Final score is 63-5 to the Army. Does not reflect the absolute spirit, courage, commitment, and passion for the sport the RAF showed. Didn't give up, always making those hard hits. Really impressed by Captain Brooke Saunders. Absolutely enforcing the Air Force defense there. Beautiful attack, though, by the Army. Shaped that game. Good support run. They absolutely nailed it.
Great support run, and a great amount of substitutes working very hard for the Army team as well. So that concludes the Army vs RAF game at the ADF Rugby Championships 2019, with the final score being 63-5.
Ladies and gentlemen, we run through the wonderful rap team popular field for today. Morgan Morley, Lachlan White, Nick Williams, Victory Burnley, Ewan Kinski, Benjamin Hines, Liam Dixon,
Good afternoon and welcome to another round of ADF Rugby Championships 2019. I am Oscar Smith and I am joined by Will Filt. And today we have an absolutely cracker of a game between Army and Air Force.
Yep, it's shaping up to be a great game with Army kicking off. The number 10, Sean O'Brien. Ref blows the whistle, and the game's underway.
And we are off.
On a great start to the Army, winning that kickoff.
Already regathering that ball off the kick. Really puts them on the front foot for this attack. Jack Kent making an absolutely fantastic carry then.
Followed by another great forward run.
Brilliant defence from the Air Force, absolutely cut him down.
That was number 1, Logan Morley. A good run from number 3 with another little pop to the number 2. And now the number 5, Isaac DeNerf Blowers, making a great hit up.
Brilliant ball there.
Army playing some really quick, really good rugby here.
Well done together, that looked dangerous.
And a good hit up by the number 3, Jack Kent.
The Air Force defence is looking really solid right now. They're really coming up and meeting this attack.
Good hands from the number 12 there, Blake Hart. And the ref will call the play back for offside. Right in front of the post here, about 25 metres out. Army will kick for touch, and they'll get a line out about 10 metres out from the ref's try line. Good couple of fakes from the Army, gets a clean ball.
Knock on from the Army.
That's unfortunate. That 13 was running a great line.
Really hard as well. I reckon he would have broken through there. The RAF not playing around, just looking to ease that pressure off a lot. They do not want the Army and its relentless assault in their 22.
That was a good clearance kick by the number 15, Emerson Burgess. Army will be hoping for another clean line out here.
Brilliant ball there. Another knock on from the Army. The RAF defence is putting a lot of pressure on the attack.
It's a good forward defence by the RAF 13, Daniel Gruhl. That's definitely secured them the ball there. The RAF team now has a scrum on their 10-metre line. Bit of an early push from the Army there, and the ref will just reset the scrum. Scrum's collapsed there. Referee will call the ball up for a third time. The RAF team, not with much ball in this first 5 minutes. Let's see if they can put a few good phases together.
Full arm, pushing too early from the Army there, gives the RAF a quick release.
RAF will take a quick tap.
Brilliant
and
kick there from
pop
Dominic.
it down the line. Great kick from Dominic Chamberlain.
In the space of a few short minutes, Army has lost a lot of the ground that it had earlier on.
Another clean line out from the Army. Flicking it off the back to the number 9.
Fantastic run there by Blake Hart.
Good pop by 13 to the number 15, Samuel Bowden.
Fantastic clear out from the Army there. Absolutely wiped out any trace of RAF.
A great hit by the Air Force number 1, Logan Morley. Really shut down the attack there. Loose ball from the Army there, but it's secured by the number 7, Benjamin Russell.
Loose carry, goes out to the RAF.
A nice flat ball gets the play right across the other side of the field, with the number 12, Stephen Ackhurst, taking the hit up. High ball to number 3, but he manages to bring it down before contact. A good fake by the number 4 sees the ball go straight out to the backs.
And it's looking like Blake Hart's going for that ball hard.
The ref hasn't called a maul, so the ball comes cleanly out the back of the ruck. And a good hit up by Nick Williams, the number 3.
Brilliant tackle there made by the Army.
Ball comes out the back, but the ref will call us back for an offside penalty. Dom Chamberlain steps up to take the touch kick. Easily out, and a nice kick with the line out just in front of the 22. Ball stolen by the Army there, but again they've been called back for another offside penalty. The Army really needs to work on their discipline here. They've lost 20 metres already.
They're piggybacking the RAF into their own danger zone. Army really needs to work getting onto that onside mark.
Air Force will opt in for another kick to touch.
And it's a brilliant kick too.
It's a great kick that'll put the line out right on the Army's 5 metre line.
Short arm penalty to the RAF. The Army is not matching numbers in that lineup.
Looks like the RAF will take a quick tap here and get it out straight to the back line. There's Dom Chamberlain trying to have a little snip. And the number 7, Liam Dixon, taking a good hit up close to the line. Followed by the number 1, Logan Morley, doing the same.
Army defending the line beautifully, just holding the RAF out for all they've got.
Loose pass from the Air Force, regathered by the winger, number 11.
Stripped by the Army.
A great defensive strip by number 7.
Benjamin Russell. A box kick.
A box kick. The ball's gone out. An Air Force line out on the 10-metre line. Bit of confusion over whose ball it is, but it's definitely the Air Force's. Scrappy ball from the Air Force is scooped up by the Army, number 5.
Knock on, we're playing advantage for the Army. Very condensed defence from the Air Force. Army has a huge overlap here on the left. Should be looking
The
to
Army
exploit
that overlap. With the number 14 with a great run all the way down the wing.
it. Fantastic run from Dylan Waitner then. Goes over. Brilliant try.
Dylan Wagener, a great bit of individual effort to get past the first tackler there, and then a good bit of speed to get over the line.
Yeah, that was a pretty good try, but we're seeing a lot of silly mistakes made by the Army here. If they keep doing that, would not surprise me if RAF comes up over them.
It's a very tight game. We're 10 minutes in. Army is 5-0 up. But RAF's had a good few attacking opportunities, and so has Army. It's a very well-matched game, this one.
Both sides absolutely showing awesome defence. We saw that in the Army when they were defending on their line. Absolutely stunning. Just stopping the RAF for everything they've got. And the RAF just constantly throughout the game.
Nexus Travel, Point Trading Group, RSL Queensland, PwC.
And here we have the number 10, Sean O'Brien, taking the conversion kick. The conversion is successful, taking the Army's lead up to 7.
Brilliant kick from Dom. High and deep.
Army look to shift the ball, but they're shut down by both number 7 and number 24. Great tackle there by number 1, Logan Morley, to shut down the attack.
Army once again has an overlap. Air Force really need to spread this out and match them man for man, otherwise they'll just be exploited all game.
Good team tackle and a great steal from number 5, Ewan McKimsky, one of ADFA's own players, taking a great steal for the Air Force. Now in a great position on the Army's 22-metre line.
Just shows the importance of a support run in attack. You need to be there to support your man. You can never run isolated. Calling advantage for the Air Force.
Another strong hit up from number 1, Logan Morley. And the Air Force look to get it out to the back line. And more loose ball around that wing area.
The ref's calling up offside for earlier. Once again, Army just needs to stay composed around those rocks.
The ref's going to have a quick chat to the captains. He's seen too much offside in this game already.
Less than 15 minutes, and I think that might have been the 4th or 5th penalty for it.
Straight up with side there. Like, everyone's taking a step.
No. So you guys going early. All right, so have a chat. We're in the red zone now. Next one, probably sitting down.
Good kick from Dom. Securing a lineup for the RAF. Really powerful position they're in right now. Potential for a really strong attack that could potentially lead to a try.
5, Red.
Army secures the line out instead.
A great steal by number 5, Isaac Denise Blowers.
Army not playing around in their danger zone, kicking it out as soon as they can.
Air Force go to take it quickly, but shut down by the Army number 10.
Sean O'Brien line speed then, absolutely fantastic. He showed exactly the importance of that line speed. If he wasn't there, Air Force would have been on the attack straight away. This gives Army a better chance to defend and hold him out.
Air Force walk into the line out. Nice and quick. Clean ball off the top.
Very
and
smooth.
we're into a good attacking move. Nice hit up by number 13.
Brilliant defense though, stopped him in his tracks. And a fantastic counter rock by Army.
But Air Force just managed to get the ball out to the wing. That was number 14, Harrison Lamarquand with the ball.
Air Force seeking to exploit on the left. Brilliant line spin from the Army, cuts it off short.
Unfortunately, hit up by number 1, Logan Morley. Sees him losing the ball. A little knock on, so we'll pack down for a scrum.
Dominant scrum from the Army, driving the Air Force back.
Great scrum. Number 12
Fantastic
with a
line
great
speed.
break. Oh, and a perfect pop to number 14, Dylan Wagner, who scores his second try of the game right under the post.
Absolutely fantastic. And it looks like RAF may have a potential shoulder injury with their 13, Daniel Gruhl. You saw he came up hard in defense, just missed that tackle.
Really, really dominant run from number 12, Blake Hart there. Popping it off to Dylan Wagner, who just managed to get under the post for his second try. Great little attacking play from the Army. Very clean ball out of the scrum. Getting it straight to the backs and a nice little hard running line. Number 10, Sean O'Brien converts to put the Army up 14-0 over the RAF 18 minutes into the game. A good take by number 13, Angus Devaney. And the Army will look to get rid of the ball here.
Fantastic carry from the Army there.
Number 8, Joshua Calgano with a great run, changing the game. But an unfortunate drop from number 7, it's Benjamin Russell.
No, he's giving it to the Army for an offside call.
Offside 7.
Good kick from the Army, sees him deep into the Air Force's half with a offensive line out. Quick ball up at the back. Nice clean ball to the 8, who runs around the back and makes a nice little break. It's Joshua Calgano again.
Yet again, a very dominant carry. Huge overlap by the Army on this back line.
15, gives it to 14. And Dylan Wagner is over for his 3rd try of the game, the hat-trick man. Army playing very simple rugby, but playing it very, very well. Clean ball, good, quick lines, and flicking that ball out the back to the wingers. It's absolute bread and butter rugby, and they're doing it perfectly.
Air Force really needs to pick up this defence if they want to keep Army out. They're condensing around too much, exposing their wings, and Army has just been capitalising that on.
Unsuccessful conversion attempt there. Leaves the score at 17-0 to RAF halfway through the first half. To Army, sorry.
Beautiful line speed from the RAF there.
Number 7 with a great run there. That's Benjamin Russell. RAF defence doing very well here to subdue the Army attack. Army slowly working their way up the field with a lot of forward hit-ups. They'll flick it out to the backs now, with number 12 having another great run.
Brilliant run there from Blake Hart.
Number 7 steps into the number 9 position with a lovely little ball out the back. And the number 6, David Salter, with a great run.
Brilliant tip there.
He'll flick it onto number 13, Angus Devaney, who will score under the post for the Army's 4th try of the game. Great team try from the Army there. And again, very, very simple stuff. Good hard lines, good support play, and you're getting the try at the end of the day.
The RAF is just too much on the back foot. They need to come up. They need to meet this attack. If they keep sitting down and waiting for them, they're just going to get bulldozed by these big dominant carries the Army just keeps presenting. We've seen earlier on in this half that the RAF can do it. They just need to get back to what they were doing at the start.
And the number 10, Sean O'Brien, is successful in his conversion attempt, putting the score up to 24-0. Another good kick from the number 10, Dom Chamberlain.
Very dominant carry from the Army there.
Number 10 looks to go inside, but is shut down by the RAF defence. And number 9 switches the play around.
It's being pulled up. RAF scrum.
A little bit of confusion, a little bit of loose ball from the Army, sees the ball get knocked on there.
Make sure we keep our arm up. Yeah. Don't put it down once you get the bind.
A lot of
Another
loose
knock
ball
on
there.
from the Army there.
Knock on from the Army, followed by a knock on from the Air Force. We'll see a scrum down, Air Force ball just outside the Army's 22. Some good forward running by the number 10, Dom Chamberlain there. Really getting the Air Force on the front foot for their attack. Good scrum from the Army, but the Air Force just managed to get the ball out the back.
Quick thinking from the RAF flanker there.
A lot of space on that blind side there. Missed opportunity from the RAF. The 13 with a good solid hit up. That's Daniel Gruhl. Isolated player sees the ball won by the Army. But again won back by the Air Force with a little knock on. Referee playing advantage.
Brilliant defense there from Naili Monotoka.
Army really looking for that pilfer. Good little bit of footwork from the number 15, Everson Burgess there for Air Force. Strong hit up from Ewan McKimsky.
RAF with the numbers on the wing, looking to exploit.
And a lovely bit of footwork to work around the edge from Joshua Hill there. Air Force need to get some good forward momentum here when they move into the 22.
Benjamin Russell from the Army, number 7, really trying to hit these rocks. Put the Air Force attack on the back foot before it even starts off.
Air Force have won a penalty. That's the number 1 for the Army, not rolling away.
Air Force takes the points.
And looking like, yep, the Air Force will take the points. Want to get some points on the scoreboard and get that scoreboard moving. And it looks like the number 9, Mitchell Egan, will take the kick. Mitchell Egan's kick goes slightly to the right, and we'll see a 22-metre dropout from the Army. And we'll see a scrum right on the 50-metre line.
We've seen Army dominate this scrum all game. RAF needs to dig something up if they want to keep Army out.
Scrum collapses and the ref will pull us up here for a reset. Nice little opportunity created by the number 12 here for Army. Sees the number 10 run into 3 Air Force defenders to get him down.
Brilliant run from Sean O'Brien there. Really puts the RAF defence on the back foot moving into this attack.
And a great little pop from Samuel Bowden, the Army number 15. He gives it to the Army 8, Joshua Calgano, for a great little run.
Almost refusing to go down there, shaking off all these tackles.
Great bit of teamwork between the 10 and the 6. See the Army move to the only a few metres out from the Air Force's line. And the number 4, with a great bit of individual power, scores the try.
And that's a try for Sam Firma. Absolutely beautiful try there.
Here we have Sean O'Brien, the number 10, lining up the conversion for the Army team. Conversion goes slightly to the right, unsuccessful, leaving the score at 31-0 to the Army. 8 minutes to play in the half. Now, what can the Air Force strum up in these final few minutes of the half? They need to get some points on the board in this first half.
Well, we've seen that they're just creating too many holes in their defence. They're doing well in attack, making these meters, turning the ball over, and then Army attack, just that relentless assault. It's really driving them back. Brilliant kick there from the Air Force. Knock
Just
on,
sees
however.
the ball go to the Army. Couple of knock-ons. So we'll see an Army feed to the scrum in the middle of their half.
We've seen the Army forwards carry it in short and hard, condensing that RAF defence. They need to not condense around that ruck. They need to stay out. It's through the wings that Army's making these tries happen.
It's the backs that are scoring them, but it's the forwards that are doing a lot of the hard work in this Army team. Air Force will need a strong defence for this play. And there's number 12 with another good run. Air Force defence just needs to watch themselves that they're not drifting offside here. Bit of scrappy ball picked up by the Army players.
Not releasing gives the RAF a bit of relief of pressure here.
It looks like the RAF will kick for touch here with Dom Chamberlain. Nice little kick, sees them start to move towards the Army's 22. 6 minutes on the clock. Scrappy line-out won by the Air Force there. And we see McKinsky running majorly by himself, but a good run nonetheless.
More isolated runners from the RAF almost resulted in an absolute catastrophe there.
Scrappy ball coming out the side of the ruck. Sees the Army pick up the ball on their 22-metre line.
A lot of Army bodies in that ruck there.
And a good hit up by the Army number 7.
Yes, Benjamin Russell's been doing this all game. Absolutely smashing that line and making those metres.
And the number 10 with a nice little kick downfield. But that'll
Well
be taken
secured
on the
in
full
safe
by the
hands.
15. Nice little tackle from the Army number 2, Joshua Allen. Sees the Air Force hold up on
Scrappy
their
pass
50-metre
there,
line.
results on a knock-on. Air Force attack was too rushed then. No one was set. No one wanted it.
Air Force just need to slow that counter down a little bit. Now we have an Army scrum on the Air Force's 10-metre line. Another dominant Army scrum sees a clean ball for the 8. He will continue to run.
Absolutely vicious fend to the face.
Another great hit up by Benjamin Russell, the Army number 7. And an isolated runner from number 6. It's David Salter for the Army team.
Dominant tackle from the RAF there. RAF.
And the Army with a full arm penalty, confident with their scrum, will take it.
Very smart thing. Sucks in a lot of those forwards. Creates more space for play.
I expect to see some good, strong lines from the Army backs here.
We've seen extremely strong attack off the back of a scrum. Even just in that last scrum, when that 8 picked and goad made it easy 20 metres.
Bit of an early engagement from both teams, so the ref will call it up. Another number 8 run, pops it to the 9, who will give it to the number 10, Sean O'Brien. Air Force ping for offside, 10 metres out from their line.
Army going with a quick tap, wants to get this play and move.
Sean O'Brien really hungry for that big hit up. And it goes back to the forwards.
Brilliant footwork there from the Army fullback.
Oh, and stolen by number 5, Ewan McKimsky.
Stupid pass then.
The ref will pull it back for a offside penalty, but he might also have a chat to some of the captains here.
Offside has been plaguing this game. We've seen it early on with the Army. Now we're seeing with the RAF. They need to just not get absorbed by defence or attack and just keep spatially aware of what's going on around them.
Number 4 there given a warning, and the Army will call yet another scrum. Army now 5 metres out from the Air Force's line.
The generous support of these sponsors: Elbit Systems of Australia, Hallmark Coaches, PAE Systems Australia, Rheinmetall Defence, Rockwell Collins, Lexus Travel, Point Trading Group, RSL Queensland, PwC, Caltrix, Ironside Recruitment, and Defence Bank.
And a huge scrum from the Army team.
Advantage is given and is pulled up.
Army have another penalty, 5 metres out, and they will take another scrum.
Less than 1 minute on the clock. Will Army be able to go over before that time runs down?
Bit of an early push from the Army team sees the Air Force win a half-arm penalty, short-arm penalty.
That's good. The RAF really needed that to just take some of that pressure off.
The RAF will take the tap and kick it out to end the half. And that kick sees the half end at 31-0 to the Army. And we will join you back in a few minutes' time.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about to start off the second half of the Army vs RAF 2019 ADF Rugby Championships. This half sees number 17, Rowan Mitchell, taking the field for the Army.
The first half saw the Army go up 31-0 against the RAF, so let's see what the second half can bring.
Absolutely dominating the attack, Army is. Constantly keeping the RAF on the back foot, never giving them a chance to breathe or let off.
The ref's whistle gets the game underway.
And here we go, the kickoff to the second half. Army once again, extremely dominant carry, but loose knock on their 10 metre.
It's the Army number 4 with a great take off the kickoff, a good run, but unfortunately losing the ball in contact. Now we have a Air Force fed scrum on the Army's 10 metre line.
Army has been dominating the scrums all game. RAF holding them out for the first time.
Great scrum from the RAF. Unfortunate drop ball, and the ref deems it to have just gone forward. We'll have another scrum, this time to the Army, about 20 metres across the pitch. That was a really great scrum from the Air Force, that last one. Really, really strong, held the Army back, unlike all the scrums in the first half, where the Army seemed to dominate. Really good scrum from the Air Force. Let's see if they can reciprocate.
Army would be
here.
looking to capitalise off this. They want to get back these easy metres.
Oh, and a dominant scrum from the Army there. Nice clean ball for their backline.
Brilliant D from the RAF. They came up, they met that tackle, they stopped it in its tracks. Once again, beautiful tackle there from Logan Morley.
Great hit there from Logan Morley, and he's back in the action again,
Stopping
defending
that pick and drive.
Some good defence from the RAF there. That's number 12, Stephen Ackhurst, making a great tackle.
RAF is really coming up, really making these tackles. Their defence leaps and bounds above what they were doing in the first half.
And the RAF have stolen the ball in that ruck there, and referee is playing an advantage to them.
Scrappy footy, unfortunately, gives the ball back. Now he's calling on an initial knock-on from the Army.
And we are 3 minutes into the second half, and we have had 3 scrums in pretty much the same position.
It's a credit to the defence of both teams, really.
Yep. A little bit of movement before the ball's in, but the ref allows it.
Fortunate penalty given. But once again, we saw RAF holding their own in this scrum.
Unfortunately, refs picked the RAF up for collapsing that scrum there, and the Army will kick for touch. Bit of a skew kick that lands right at the winger's feet. Boots it back, making sure this time that the ball does go out. And a nice kick from number 15, Emerson Burgess there. Great hands from the number 6 in that line out, securing that ball. And a nice little play by
Brilliant
the
work
number
there by
21.
21. Mitchell goal.
Gives it to 11 on the wing, who is all the way down. Maili with a great try there. Great bit of pace shown.
Yes, but beautiful back work shown by Mitchell. Absolutely fantastic. Passing them, following that up, enabled him to be a perfect support play.
Well done, Malari. A great try, a good run. And that adds another 5 points to the Army score.
Army lining up the conversion here. And unfortunately, just off for the Army kick taker there, leaving the score at 36-0.
35 minutes left in this half. Raf can still pull something out.
Definitely.
Very quick ball from the Raf.
Quick
They want to
take from
get
the
this
Raf.
game underway. Army is not in position for it.
The Raf are hungry for the ball now. With a good tackle, bringing the Army down right on their 22-metre line.
Brilliant defense. Cut the Army off early. Again, you saw they didn't come up and meet him.
What a run from the number 7, straight through that gap.
Beautiful.
Number 6 to the 9.
Beautiful work. And that will
the
be
number 9.
Scott Dulles going over that line.
Scott Dulles all the way under the post. A beautiful break originally by the number 7, Benjamin Russell, who popped it off to David Salter, the number 6.
See, that's the trouble when you don't have a unified line in defense. If some people come up and some people don't, you just create these gaps. Beautiful work of Benjamin just to exploit that.
And that is all a big old communication issue there for the Air Force. If you can't communicate with the player next to you, you know, I'm going up or you're going up, then there's going to be holes in the defense, and they're going to exploit it. That number 7 with a perfect line through that hole. And we'll see the number 21, Mitchell Gull, easily converting that try straight under the posts.
33 minutes left in the game, and the score is 43-0 for the Army.
Unsurprisingly, the Army is run back and is immediately set up for this one. They're not going to get caught off guard again with that early kick. A lovely kick from the number 10, Chamberlain.
Brilliant single-man lift from the Army. Knock on, unfortunately.
Little knock on
From
from
the
the Air
Raf.
Force.
We're definitely seeing the Raf coming out swinging this half, though.
A lot of intensity from the RAF team. Just need to get that work rate up on D. Strong scrum from the Army there. Sees the ball pop out to the 9.
Cameron Redbath, blindside flanker, tried shutting down that ball. Fortunately, just a little bit late. Very dominant carry from the Army then.
And a good hit up from the Army number 6, David Salter.
Good defense there from RAF 8. Isaac Neep.
RAF coming up very quickly here, but if you miss that first tackle, then you're going to be in a world of pain.
Lucky that they had Cameron Redpath and other members to cover that at the back, but exactly right. You've got to make these one-off tackles.
Little knock on from the Army there. We'll see a RAF scrum right on the 50-metre line.
Really good talk from the Army defence here, calling out their man.
Scrum collapses slightly, so the ref calls it up.
RAF once again holding out that Army scrum.
Good scrum.
Getting
by
that
RAF.
clean ball. Loose carry, silly pass.
Sees another handling error. And we will see a few subs coming on from the Army here. We've got 4 subs, which is number 16, Apaitia Malalu, number 20, Joshua Crowley, 23, Jack Kearns, and number 19, George Harris. Let's hope that these subs can bring the same intensity that's already being shown on the field from these Army players. Scrum collapses again, so the ref will just call it up.
Crouch! 5!
And the Army are penalised for collapsing in the scrum there. So the ref will take a quick breather.
Lucky break for the RAF, I reckon. We've seen how dominant carries are for the Army off the back of these scrums. Really good opportunity to take a lot of this pressure off, make these meters.
And a good kick from Dom Chamberlain there, the RAF number 10, to make sure that ball goes out.
30 meters up from the try line.
Numbers, please, Blue. Blue, walk in. Blue, walk in or free kick.
Easy win for the Army there. Bit of confusion with the RAF line out.
And a great run
Fantastic
from the
carry.
number 20. That's Joshua Crowley, the super sub.
And here comes Kernsey, hitting that line hard.
Army getting the ball wide to number 12.
That's Blake Hart once again making a very dominant run down that wing.
The RAF are all
RAF
over
have pilfered that ball.
Great work by number 21 and number 5.
Well done, Cameron Redpath. Fantastic pilfer. Shows the danger of an isolated runner.
And a good bit of support from number 5, Ewan McKimsky there.
Beautiful kick from the RAF.
And that ball is not coming back.
Scrappy ball to Dom, who makes the most of it.
And
Beautiful
good
support from the
clear.
RAF. lot of bodies in that ruck, though. Maul has
Fresh
been
call
called. They
Maul
need
there.
to get some movement going or it will be a turnover.
There is simply not enough movement in that Maul. The ref must call it up.
It's not going anywhere.
And there it is. Ball goes to the Army.
We would like to thank our government sponsors, Smart Salary, for their support of ADF Rugby. For a salary packaging with Smart Salary, you can pay less tax and
Now the Army has a scrum feed right on the 50-metre line, almost in the middle of the field.
even your extra superannuation contributions. You could save thousands every year. Smart Salary for more income.
Another dominant scrum from the Army.
Oh, and a big
Vicious
hit.
defense from the RAF, but it does not stop him.
Big hit from number 13. That's Daniel Gruel. And a nice pop by number 4 to number 11. We'll see him run almost all the way to the try line.
Brilliant run from Maley then.
And the ref will
Yes,
call
another
a penalty
offside
for
call, yeah.
another offside call. And another offside call in the 22, I might add. Easy kick from the Army, number 9. Sees the ball go out about 7 metres out of the RAF's line.
This is a good position to move from for the Army.
Very good position.
Ball gets fed out to the backs.
And a good hit up from number 19. That's George Harris.
Stopped in its tracks, though, by a brilliant back defense.
And a big hit
unfortunately,
from Army there.
Cameron Redpath sat down.
A good clearance kick from the Raffies there.
Yes,
Will,
they don't want to test the Army in their red zone. Penalty is given to the RAF.
And another solid kick from Dom Chamberlain. Gets some good meters for the RAF team.
Takes a lot of that pressure off. A lot of that attack that the Army had just been building up. Given back to another offside call.
And the Air Force with a very good contested line out there.
Very clean win. Clean ball given to the 9. That was good back movement.
And a lovely hit up from number 5, McKinsky there.
Fragmented line here for the RAF.
Oh, but a good hit from...
Brilliant leg drive there from Army.
Good hit from number 12 for the RAF there, Stephen Ackhurst.
Brilliant line speed there. Cut the attack down right as it started.
And loose ball from the Army goes forward. And RAF will have a scrum close to the 50-metre line. And we'll have another sub for the Army. Number 22, Joshua Gray, is making his way onto the field. Another good scrum from the RAF, gets clean ball to their back line. when number 13, Daniel Gruhl, makes a good run.
Joshua Gray trying to make a huge impact there on that. Unfortunately, misses the tackle.
And then number 5 with another good run with a little pop off to the 8, Isaac Neep.
Joshua Gray coming up way too early, giving away another offside.
Number 4 with a good bit of hand movement to get it out to the backs.
The ref trying to capitalise on this. The ball goes out.
That is always unfortunate. Losing the ball right as the ref calls advantage over.
Tony Loxford taking the field. Number 24 for Army.
Good clean line-out win from the Army there.
Scrappy ball. Puts the ref in a good position.
Ref will come back for that little knock-on from the Army. And the Raf now have a scrum 30 metres out from the Army's line with 20 minutes to go on the clock.
And some substitutes made for the RAF as well. We got number 19, Dylan Woods, and number 20, David McFlam. They need to come on and they need to make an impact here. Dominant scrum from the Army.
Ball pops just out of the back of the scrum and we see number 24, Tony Luxford, chasing it down in his first play of the game.
Not releasing Raf, just getting his knee to the deck.
And another good kick from Dom Chamberlain, make sure the ball's out. The ref will now have a line out 30 metres out from the Army's try line.
The RAF have definitely been playing in the Army's half a lot more this half. Definitely on the attack a lot more than what they were in the first half of this game.
Scrappy ball from the line out. See
Gathered by the
number
Army.
17, Rowan Mitchell, win the ball.
Late tackle there by the RAF 12, Stephen Ackhurst.
And the referee plays advantage. A lot of space on this blind side here for the Army. And we see number 7 making yet another good run. That's Benjamin Russell for the Army.
Good use of support there between Jack Kearns and Tony Loxford.
And at the end of the day, it's number 13, Angus Devaney, that gets the ball down for the Army team. Another real team try there. Exploiting that blind side, not enough RAF defenders. From number 7 to number 24 to number 13. Really, really good support there.
Conversion will be attempted by Mitchell Love.
And Mitchell Gull is unsuccessful in his conversion attempt.
Just a bit to the right.
Leaving the score at 48-0 to the Army with 16 minutes on the clock.
Since it was founded in 1963, the Grattan RSF repeated integral part of the community, providing assistance and social connection to local ex-service men and women.
Nice high kick from Chamberlain there. Sees Raf putting a lot of pressure on it, but safe hands from number 22, Joshua Gray from the Army.
A lot of bodies in that ruck for the Army.
And number 4 ends up going backwards.
Army with a
That's
huge
Sam
overlap
Thermal.
on this right side. Stead sends it left.
Army must send right here. Oh, and another break from number 20 here. That's Joshua Crowley.
Using a support play yet again.
Gives it to number 12, Blake Hart, for an easy try under the posts. The Army are absolutely running wild now. And number 21, Mitchell Gold, will take the kick for Army. And a successful conversion attempt from the Army brings the score to 53-0. 55-0.
Just under 15 minutes left on that clock.
And we have a substitute coming on for the Air Force, number 22, Hayden Funnell. And also a substitute in that break, number 23, Tom Kitcher, comes on for the Air Force. Number 7 for the Army there, Benjamin Russell with a good take. And a good hard line from number 6 as well, David Salter for the Army. Makes him about 5 metres there. Loose pass sees the Army go back, but number 11, with a great bit of individual skill and footwork, making some good metres.
Yet
Puts
again,
it on the
Maley
toe.
making an easy break down that wing.
Puts it on the toe, a little bit too far, because it goes straight to number 12 for the Air Force, Stephen Ackhurst. He's pulled down about 5 metres out from his 22 line. And the Air Force will look to clear the ball here. What a run from number 11 there. Wow.
We're seeing Dom drop back and send himself deep. There it is.
Good pressure from number 21 from the Army there, Mitchell Gull, making that kick a lot harder for the Air Force.
Exactly. And making him kick for touch as well, rather than kick for meters.
The Army now about 5 metres out from the Air Force's 22 with a opposing line out.
Walk in, please, Red. Walk in, please.
Easy, uncontested line out for the Army there. Sees the number 9 take a little run.
Loose carry. It's pulled up by the ref as a knock on.
The Air Force will have a scrum about 5 metres out from their 22 line.
Early push from the Army.
And the Air Force will take it quick, with Egan's giving it quickly to Chamberlain, who
Beautiful
kicks it up
kick
the
there
field.
to Dom. Kicks for space.
Great nudge upfield
Takes a
there.
lot of pressure off that RAF defence. Yet again, Maley, the number 11 for the Army, making a break down that left wing.
Army now look to push it through their forward pack with number 17, Rowan Mitchell taking a good hit up. Now number 7, Benjamin Russell doing the same. And Army put it on the toe to put some pressure on the Air Force number 15.
Lachlan White for the RAF takes a hit up.
And gets picked up by an Army player. Army then penalised for not releasing the player after the tackle. RAF will look to kick for touch here.
Beautiful kick.
Great kick there, sees the RAF make about 25 to 30 metres. Scrappy line out there, sees the Air Force just managed to win the ball in the ruck with a little knock on from the Army. Bit of confusion there in the back line, sees Dom Chamberlain drop the ball in contact.
Ref going back to that initial knock on in the line out.
And as the ref calls for the scrum, we hit the 10-minute mark in the game. 10 minutes to go, and the Army is up 55-0. Now, I'd like to see the ref to get a try in this last 10 minutes and really put some good phases together. Strong scrum from the Army, sees the ref call it up, and it's an Air Force penalty. Air Force will look to tap the ball here. Yep, they've tapped the ball, given it to the forward pack.
Bit of confusion there as to who's going to take it.
But a great little run there from the number 8, Isaac Neat. Gives it to the number 1, Logan Morley, for another hit up. Let's see the RAF get some real good phases together through this forward pack.
Isaac is slow to get back into that play.
Nice little kick through from Chamberlain. Sees a lot of pressure being put on. And the ball will go out. And it'll be an Army line out.
Blue throw. Right.
Oh, it's an Air Force line out.
Air Force with a great opportunity to get some points on the board here. Let's see if they can capitalise on this position.
Kitchell space on the wing.
Scrappy
Brilliant
line out,
line
but the
out.
ball goes back. A big hit from the Army number 22 there, Joshua Gray. Big defensive hit.
Again, not released. Oh, high.
A little bit high from Joshua Gray there. We'll see the Air Force take a quick tap with number 3, Nick Williams, taking the hit up. And a great individual run from the number 8.
Just full
Isaac
short of
Neep
the try
there.
line.
Isaac Neep's really come into his own in these last 10 minutes of this game. Will one more around the corner for the Air Force. Looks like a good bit of counter-rucking for the Army. Might have won them the ball. Nope, the Air Force stay with the ball and will put it out in their back line. And a big hit from number 22 there, Joshua Gray. Making up for that penalty that he just gave away.
RAF trying to focus on quick ball. They don't want to give Army a chance to regroup.
RAF need to get focused here. They need to get set. They need to get some forwards on the ball. That's number 21, Cameron Redpath, taking a hit up.
opportunity here for the RAF.
And a penalty given away by the Army there for the Army players being off their feet at the breakdown. It's a good opportunity for the RAF, and it looks like they might tap and go again. Yep. A hit up from the number 3, Nick Williams. RAF are looking a little bit static in their attack now. They need to get some players moving onto the ball quickly, reminiscent of the Army team in the first half. McKimsky lining up for a big hit here, and a good run from him, making a few metres.
Brilliant support play there from the RAF. Cleaned that rock out, made it secure for the ball to come flat cleanly.
Oh, and a good little pop. The ball goes forward, and the ref calls a penalty back all the way on the other side of the pitch for a high tackle.
Army showing absolutely amazing defence here.
And Air Force will elect to take another pick and go, with Nick Williams taking a second consecutive hit up.
Another penalty against the Army.
Captain, the same as the first half. 2 men in this side. Next one's gone.
Referee warning the Army captain that the next penalty within the red zone will result in a yellow card. And Air Force take another tap. Isaac Neep with a good run there. Logan Morley with a
dominant
good bit of
carries
leg
from the
drive.
RAF here. Dom goes over
Dom
and
Chamberlain
scores!
scores under the post.
Brilliant try from Dom.
Good bit of individual effort there. But you cannot discount the RAF forwards continuously hitting up the ball. The last 7 minutes, the RAF forwards have been hitting up that ball, and they've been rewarded.
It was a huge grind for the RAF, constantly trying to break through, constantly being knocked back, but eventually it paid off with a try.
And the number 21 for the RAF will take the kick, Cameron Redpath. Oh, unfortunate for number 21, Cameron Redpath there, with his conversion hitting the outside of the post.
3 minutes left on the clock. The score is 55-5. Brilliant kick. Stolen. Regathered by the Army. Puts them on the attack.
And a great hit from number 20, David McFarlane there. And the Army look to take it
Huge run
wide.
from Firma then.
Oh, and the ball unfortunately gets run out. But a good run from Sam Firma there, number 4.
RAF opting to take a scrum.
RAF scrum holding up there against a strong Army scrum, getting some clean ball out to their back line, who will look to hit a gap.
Brilliant work on the ground from the RAF, securing that ball.
But unfortunately, a loose pass goes over.
Minute left on the clock.
With 1 minute to go, the Army
Goes for a quick line out.
A good hit up from number 24, Tony Luxford. The Army will continue to assault the Air Force's line here.
Army with the numbers on their right. Penalty is given. Looking for quick ball rather than kick for touch.
Number 6 will take the tap and go himself.
David Salter. We've seen that he can make very dominant carries. The ball has been regathered by the Air Force.
Oh, and a good run from the Air Force here. That is the Air Force number 8. Air Force number 8, Isaac Neep with a good run.
Brilliant run. Looks for that option. Unfortunately, the pass didn't quite make it.
And now the Army are back on the offensive with number 4, Sam Fema, running down his favourite wing. And a great pop to number 16. That's Aviata Matala.
Puts the grubber in.
And a try to finish off the match for the Army. Great try at the end. And that will conclude the game, 55-5, the Army versus RAF in the 2019 ADF Rugby Service Championship. I'd just like to thank all the people that came out and watched, and all of the people who have watched on the streams, including all the boys up in Sydney. The game will conclude with a final conversion.
And that's it, folks. Absolutely awesome game between the Army and the Air Force today. Army dominating the attack, and that's what led to their win.